welcome to the Hodge Podcast, the official podcast of CountryHodgepodge.com. I'm your host, Steve Hodge, and as always, joined by Kevin Hodge, my co-host, cousin, and lover.
Oh, hello, everybody.
I messed that one up a little.
Don't care.
We're tired. We went to the gym like true adults today, so
Yeah!
go us.
The journey to less fat begins today.
Sober November began today.
For Steve. I'm not signing off on that.
R.I.P. and peace. R.I.P. and peace, booze. I'll see you again in probably January, but
I'm going to take off as much as I can, but I'm not writing the whole month off.
yeah,
Shit.
my
I'm going to be home for Thanksgiving, and there's going to be football, and I'm going to be
and your
drinking.
dad is going to be giving.
Yes.
It's going to be pouring homebrew down your throat.
Yes, literally is going to be happening.
He's going to just stick a funnel in your throat and literally just pour the beer down it.
And I'm not going to be upset.
Well, actually, my old coworker messaged me today because I posted Sober November Begins today or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted my running and biking goals for the month, and he just goes, "How do you not drink on Thanksgiving?" I'm like, honestly, I don't think I've ever drank on Thanksgiving except maybe a few times if your dad's brought like kegs over.
I don't remember the last time I didn't drink on Thanksgiving, if that helps.
Because if we do a Hodge family Thanksgiving, then I usually have one or two of your dads, but I've never gotten like drunk on Thanksgiving. And then if we do it with my mom's side, then I don't drink at all because no one on that side really drinks. But
For shamed.
yeah, but yeah, so we don't really. Yeah, so I was like, it's really no loss to me because I get up early on Friday to go see what Black Friday deals are still going on, so I don't want to be hungover as balls doing that.
And I enjoy sleeping in all day and not seeing anyone in public at all the entire day.
Story of your life, Kevin.
Yes.
Anyway.
That's what my favorite part of Black Friday is. Everyone's just gone.
Black Friday Boondaroo?
Yeah.
But the one thing, before we started, I told you I had one rant to talk about. It was on Instagram, I think.
Which I now have.
Yeah, Kevin's is a true basic bitch.
Bro. Basic bro.
Cadillac 3 posted that they're going to be touring with Luke Bryan and Kip Moore, and I just looked at that and I was just like, why is Luke Bryan bringing two rock bands with him?
Yeah, because, like,
you'd think
Kip Moore's newest album, like we've talked about, is a very rock album.
Yeah, it's a very good rock album.
It's a very good rock album. And Cadillac 3, basically, like, all of their stuff.
Yeah, they've always been a southern rock band.
Yeah, like, all of it. Because I remember when I first started listening to them after you showed me Tennessee Mojo, which is a jam.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, yeah, they're kind of like Whiskey Myers, and I love them.
Yeah. And so I was just like Dustin Lynch and like Cole Swindell would be better openers for him. I don't know why he's bringing these two rock artists with,
maybe he's trying to get people who are like us who would say fuck that noise, and now we're kind of like maybe.
Yeah, but because it's like 90% of the people who are going are girls who are just like, he's so hot and all that. What
caveat, I know that it would never happen because there's no way his label would let it happen. What if this is his way of being like, I'm going to play some of my actually good songs instead?
Yeah. Well, that was my thing.
But there's no chance with this new single, and like he's probably got a new album coming out, right? I would imagine. Yeah. So there's no way he's not playing the shitty new stuff.
If I remember right, he said it's going to be out by December, but I don't know if I read that right. I might be thinking of another artist, but
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but I was like, all right, yeah, because now he's trying to be country again with that song because it is a country song. It's just a very bad country song.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
And so I was like, maybe he's trying to do that. But then I was like, why doesn't he bring actual country artists? Like, I would expect if that was the case, he'd bring like William Michael Morgan, who's an up-and-comer, and like, I don't know, some other smaller kind of country artist who's actually playing country music, not rock bands, because he's not trying to be a rock artist right now. He's just trying to be like, no, guys, seriously, I'm still a country artist, I swear.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, I just saw that, and I was just like, that's...
Well, granted, I've never seen him live, so I don't know
Luke Bryan?
Yeah, I don't know. Or have I? I don't fucking know.
I've seen him 4 times, so I think. I saw him open for Tim McGraw once. I saw him open at Country Thunder.
Nope.
I saw him open, actually, again at Country Thunder.
Nope.
I saw him open for... What was the other one?
If he wasn't at Beatdown, then there's
he
probably
wasn't at-
I don't think I've ever seen him.
Actually, well, every time I've seen him, he's been an opener. So, because that was before he really got.
Well, because I knew I wanted to see him back when Do I was the single.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I've never seen him. So I don't. Because what I was just thinking in my head was, Eric Church has a lot of rock songs, but he also has a lot of songs that are slower. But he still has a very rockin' set when he plays live. And I'm like, well, maybe Luke Bryan's like that, where he actually makes it more rock. But everything I ever see from his concerts are him dancing out on the long friggin'...
People only ever post videos of him thrusting his hips because it's
so I'm
sexy
guessing
or
it's
whatever.
not a rock set.
Yeah. Your mic is like blowing out. Hold on.
My mic is? I could sit farther away.
Yeah, that'd probably help.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just found that weird, and I was like, yeah, because the last time I saw him was when Tailgates and Tan Lines was about to come out, so that was back when he was still a country artist that I kind of respected, but now that's not really the case anymore. So I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, I just thought that was a really weird line, because when Florida Georgia Line announces Nelly and the Backstreet Boys, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. When Thomas Rhett announces, he announced not Bruno Mars. He just sings Bruno Mars. He announced Midland opening for him, and I was like, that surprises me, but at the same time, it doesn't, because those dudes are just kind of bros.
Well, that's the thing. It's because of.
It's because
if nothing
of them,
else,
not their music.
Well, yeah. If nothing else, the songwriters on that album, on that Midland album, are all the same songwriters who did the Sam Hunts and the other shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The one dude, Shane
McAnally or
McNally?
I don't know, the gay blonde guy.
Yes. He wrote a bunch of them because I listened to his the Wheeler podcast.
Oh, I turned that off. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
They were blowing so much smoke up his ass. I was like, I can't do this.
I listened to it, and he was talking about Midland for a little bit and talking about how he wrote for him, and the other people that it's the same fucking people.
I'm genuinely surprised that Wheeler had him on, because he's written some of the worst songs out there. And
yeah, I mean,
I was gonna listen to see if he shit talk any of those songs, but I just couldn't stand.
Oh, he did a little bit.
I couldn't stand him just sniffing his own farts, so I just turned it off. But yeah, that's all I really had.
All right.
So I guess we could just hop right into this. Is going to be a shorter one because we're tired and we don't know a lot about Travis Meadows, but
I very much enjoy his music. However, he's more of a recent discovery.
Yeah,
it's safe to say.
I first started hearing him little after What We Ain't Got came out, because obviously, as we'll get to it, he wrote that.
Yeah, because I want to say that the first song I heard by him was Minefield. And I don't remember when that was. It was probably like a year and a bit ago.
I think I sent them to you because I remember I got Hearts I Leave Behind on my Discovery.
Well, I know that I got Minefield on my Discovery because I remember when it happened, because the album cover is very memorable. Yeah. And because then when you sent
I love Killing Uncle Buzzy.
Yeah, because when you sent me Hearts I Leave Behind, I'm like, yeah, no, it's the dude that does Minefield. I'll check him out.
Because I do remember, I don't know if I introduced. I just remember sending to you, be like, this guy wrote What We Ain't Got, and his songs are really good.
Yeah, because I remember that, but I had Minefield saved, but I hadn't looked into him anymore, and so I mean, he's great. He really is.
Yeah.
I think the Killing Uncle Buzzy, the one right after that, which has only got 7 songs, and then his latest album, it's called Last Cigarette, right?
Yeah.
Those, I mean, every song from all 3 of those, I think is great.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to his very first one too much, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot. He's the one who I've listened to all of his music at some point, but he just has some that I just binge a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his first album, I don't remember that many songs from it, but that's also because I Killing Uncle Buzzy is such a great album.
Oh yeah,
that for the longest time I would just roll through that one.
Yeah, but before we get into our favorite songs by him, we wanted to briefly talk a little bio about him.
Crazy,
even though
story.
we get a lot of shit wrong, because I still remember when we did Jason
caveat,
back in the day.
This is the Wikipedia bio.
Yeah.
So if anything's wrong, don't blame us.
Yeah, but it's crazy. All right, so he got bone cancer at 14, and as a result, lost a lot of his right leg. And then after that, he became like, he started playing music, and then in his 20s, he became a missionary and a preacher, and then he left the church to become a songwriter. And then during that time, he just fell deep into alcoholism and drug abuse. And after 4 trips to rehab, he finally regained sobriety in 2010. And that's right around when he released Killin' Uncle Buzzy, which is about pretty much his stints in rehab. Which is, as you said, kind of, it's like...
Yeah, it's kind of his Southeastern, the Jason Isbell album, which is tremendous. Just kind of putting all of your feelings into the songs to help yourself and also just express yourself. Yeah.
I don't know why, that just reminded me of... Have you ever seen the... I can't remember what the Metallica documentary about when they were making Saint Anger.
Metallica!
They were talking about how James Hetfield went to rehab and Lars Ulrich was being a little bitch, and he's just like, oh, I didn't want him to come out and just start writing like ballads about rehab and stuff. And I was just like, oh, shut the fuck up, Lars.
Also,
go sue Napster.
Those songs are great. Yeah, go sue Napster.
Yeah, so I was just like, that just reminded me of that. But yeah, so before we get into our top songs, I know we're going to talk about a couple of them that on our tops, but he's written a lot for other people, his biggest being What We Ain't Got by Jake Owen. But he's also written Riser by Dierks Bentley, which I love. Knives in New Orleans by Eric Church, which you said you looked up
so
what the hell it was about. Because if you haven't heard the podcast before, we've talked a lot about how we don't know what the hell that song's about.
And to be fair, the thing that I read, like he acknowledged the having it kind of cryptic
ambiguity.
Yeah, because there was a line that was written something like, then once we got to the chorus, like, do we just tell them what happened or do we just keep it vague? And then they're like, we're just going to keep it vague. But apparently, it's about Muktuk. It's about a dude who murders his lover and goes on the run, and so the I did what I did bit, that's him saying that he did what he did, he killed her, and then he goes on the run and then thinking about what he's done.
I did not know
that. That's what it is.
And then the other song that I really like that he wrote is Dark Side, also recorded by Eric Church.
Yep.
Because that song...
that was the other thing, that it was referencing Dark Side and Knives in New Orleans and being like being them together as one story. Yeah,
because Dark Side is pretty much about like a guy who's kind of hiding his dark past from his wife and kid. It's just like, you don't want, like, I avoid the alcohol because it brings it out and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's, if you haven't heard Dark Side, it's from The Outsiders. It's part of that. It's part of that 3-part song where it's Dark Side, and then it leads into the what the hell?
The long one. Shit.
It leads into Devil Devil. It's the I don't remember what the hell, the Devil's Mistress or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
Because it's Dark Side, Devil Devil, Knives in New Orleans, 3-part.
Yeah, but it's really. It's really good. But anyway, I guess we could just quickly get into
the top?
The top 5.
Top 5. My number 5 is It Ain't Fun No More.
It ain't fun no more, hurting all the time, losing my mind. Wind up passed out on the floor, police knocking on my door. It ain't fun no more. It ain't fun no more, grinding my teeth, blowing till it bleeds. Need that thing I don't want no more, lose my shit like a $2 whore. It ain't fun no more. It ain't fun no more.
Which I'm pretty sure, since it's off of Killin' Uncle Buzzy, and it's basically all about all this shit that ain't fun no more, going hard. And so just all of the things that would have gone with his, alcohol and drug use and all that shit. And I just love the line from the song is, I rode that horse, my ass is sore, that shit ain't fun no more. I just think it's awesome. And it's like more of a rockin' song. It's really good.
Yeah. My number 5 is Hearts We Leave Behind.
If God lets me choose where I go when I die, then lay my head down where love resides, and I'll never have to say goodbye. I'll live in the hearts I leave behind.
This song, actually, we were kind of reading about it before because it's been recorded by Pete Scoble, who is a former Navy SEAL, and he sang it with one of the Judds. And we didn't know about this until we were reading about it. He recorded it in memory of the American sniper himself, Chris Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And then Craig Morgan recorded it later for his newest album. And pretty much the song is like, it's like he wants to leave like a good memory, and so it's saying like, I want to kind of be remembered in the hearts I leave behind, rather than it's like he doesn't want to go out being this bad memory. He wants to be remembered kindly, and yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Number 4. My number 4 is Minefield.
Dance around, eyes good and closed. I can't see nothing now until it explodes. Foot touches ground and flesh touches steel. It's time to go play in a minefield. Ooh.
The first song I ever heard by him, like I said before, I think it's really good. The gist that I get, because this is one that's kind of written, not, it's not like story based or saying exactly what he's talking about. But it's just a lot of lines about doing things that he knows is bad for his health, and so keeping with the rehab thing, he's probably reflecting on, going through these motions, knowing that it's not good for him, but just kind of doing it anyway. And just, so the line is, it's time to go play in a minefield. And so, it's a really good song.
Yeah, and I think there's also a little, his new CD's called First Cigarette, not Last Cigarette.
Yeah.
But it's also, I'm pretty sure there's like I think there's also stuff about relationships in it. I could be wrong. But it's pretty much, like you said, it's about knowing that what he's doing is dangerous, but like if the chorus,
because it could, I would believe that it takes on a unhealthy relationship aspect of it too.
Yeah, because like he says, like foot touches ground, flesh touches steel, so it's pretty much him just dancing around in a minefield, knowing that it's probably gonna go up in smoke eventually, but as of right now, he's just
because as I think the line that's really good towards the end of the song is. He talks about put on that sweater made out of thorns, fits like a noose, but it's comfortably warm.
Yeah. Yeah, God, that song is so well written.
Yeah.
I love how written that. My number 4 is Learning How to Live Again, or not
Alone.
Learning How to no.
Isn't it Learn How to Live Alone?
Yeah, Learn How to Live. Why did I write it? I wrote Learning to Live Again, and I remember that's a different artist. I'm an idiot.
Well, Learn How to Live Alone is a good song.
Learning to Live Again is isn't that Garth Brooks? Or no, isn't that Garth Brooks' song? I don't remember.
It's not coming to my mind.
But it's Learn How to Live Alone.
I stay home a lot, alone a lot, and I try to turn the lights off around 10 o'clock. I read some, hit my knees some. I don't know what to do with all this freedom. The TV keeps me company when he's gone.
I wrote it down wrong because I'm an idiot. Pretty much, it's about a guy who's trying to get his life together post-divorce, and it's about how his son is coming over to visit him, and so he's like cleaning up the house, and he's getting super excited to order food and watch cartoons with his son, and he's just like, he says how he's reading, he's not drinking as much, he's trying to go to church, and like he's just doing all this stuff to just try and make himself better, live better, because his life's kind of falling apart, and he's just trying to just pick his pieces back up, and it's so depressing. But it's like, again, it's he is such an amazing songwriter.
We probably should have said that right when we got into the topic. Is like we've said many times, sad songs, in our opinion, in my opinion for sure, are the best ones because they have so much more emotion. They say so much more than just a happy-go-lucky fucking party song.
Yeah,
and he has so many songs that are tremendously written and have something to say and have something to reflect on that has a real emotional response, and they're so good, and I just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So, number 3, mutual number 3, What We Ain't Got.
All I want is what I have. I'm trading on just to get her back. She's moving on, but I guess I'm not. We all want what we ain't got.
Talked about it briefly that it's the Jake Owen song, but Travis
Jake
Meadows
Owen's one that
wrote
made it famous.
Yeah, and it's just such a well-written song. To be fair, I listen to the Jake Owen version more, so that's the one that I would listen to most times.
If he's listening, no offense to Travis Meadows, I doubt he's listening, but Jake Owen just has a better singing voice. So
you shut your face.
And it's just, and with him playing it, it's just haunting, where it's him and just the piano.
Yeah.
It just sounds a little cleaner,
I mean, to me,
I guess.
it's the lyrics are what makes the song.
Yeah.
But the way that Jake Owen does it, and again, it's like it's the first version of it that I heard.
Yeah.
So you're always partial to the
Though
first
I
version.
do think that kind of with Travis Meadows, kind of, like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, like abused voice of what he's put it through with cigarettes and drugs and all that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It has that raspiness, which just has that emotion behind his singing. So he is not like he's about to win American Idol, but he is a good singer because his emotion comes through in all of his songs.
I think of him in the same way that I think of John Moreland.
Yeah.
Because John Moreland, again, not trying to, you can't sing. Like, you can sing, but having that gravelly kind of weathered tone sounds so much better with a song that can be super depressing.
I don't need some, like, I mean, this is going a little contradictory of what I just said, but you don't need some guy who's an amazing singer to do it. I'm just saying, like, Jake Owens.
I get what you're saying.
Because it just sounds a little better, but with, like, people with just kind of emotion in their voice, it's a very different thing. But then being like a Michael Bublé, like, yeah, we know he's a good singer.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like when you listen to the voice like Travis Meadows, you feel that they've been there. That it's not as much just this song was great and I love it. It's like this dude lived this and he's singing it because it's his life.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, What We Ain't Got is real freaking good.
My number 2 is Better Boat.
I breathe in, I breathe out. I got friends to call who let me talk about what ain't working, what's still hurting, and all the things I feel like cussing out. Now and then I let it go, ride the waves I can't control. I'm learning how to be a better boat.
It's off of the newest album, and this song has...
I Wish I Had a Boat. Wish I had a boat I could float. Travis Meadows wrote that?
Yeah, no, he did. It's amazing. Better Boat. It's very similar in context to It Gets Better, which is a great song. And so it's about, getting over divorce or breakup or however you want to look at it. But it's got so many great lines that I think it's one of the more well-written songs I've heard in such a long time. That's why I had to put it as high. I'll just read a couple things that I think really, stick out. In the chorus, he's got friends to call who let me talk about what ain't working, what's still hurting, and all the things I feel like cussing out. And then this is where it gets really good. Now and then I let it go, ride the waves I can't control. I'm learning how to build a better boat. So that imagery of, being on the waves of shit that you can't control, but the only thing that he can control is trying to build a better boat to ride those waves. And so that's how he wraps it up, that, shit isn't great. It hurts, but he's got friends that he can talk to, and, it may not be great, but he's learning to get better. And I just think that when I listened to this song the first time, I was like literally stopped dead in my tracks. I'm like, holy shit, that's such a well-written song.
Yeah, and just like that, I'm announcing that I'm never going to try writing a song again because I'm not going to beat that.
Seriously, when I read, I heard it, and then I looked up the lyrics too, just to get the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And so I've been obsessed with this song in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I haven't heard his new album too much because...
Well, as soon as this podcast's over, you're firing that song.
Oh, yeah, one for sure. Well, and I'm going to have to do it so I can put it in the thing.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, because his CD came out I think his CD might have come out the week that 9 new albums came out. And so I had to list, because if anyone doesn't know, I put up every Friday, I put up the new songs that come out, or new albums that are worth listening to that come out every week. And yeah, there was one week where there was 9 albums that came out. And I was just like...
And to
and then some
make it not fair to Steve... You listen to all of them. And, I don't always listen to all of them.
I even have to listen to the bad ones to make sure, because I listen to all the CDs that come out just to be like, oh, let's see if this is worth putting on. Like the week I had just 2 songs from Chris Young's new album, because that album, I don't know if we talked about it on here, is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I still haven't listened to it.
It is an atrocious album. It is so bad, except for 2 songs.
Yeah, Steve just tells me what's good and not good, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to skip the shitty stuff. But yeah, so I remember, granted, I don't remember exactly what week this came out, but I know that this was one that I made sure to listen to, and I listened to it a couple times, but I wouldn't doubt that there was a bunch of shit that came out that day.
And the 2 that were good off that were Where I Go When I Drink is good, and then Blacked Out, even though the lyrics to Blacked Out are kind of dumb because it's not like a play on words. It's literally about getting blacked out drunk.
Jesus Christ.
But
Come on, Chris Young, where you been?
But yeah.
Where you been?
Anyway, yeah, that album sucks. My number 2 was Minefield, which we already talked about.
Woo!
And then I think we have the same number 1.
Yeah, we both have the same number 1. It Gets Better, assuming that's what yours is, which I'm pretty sure it is.
Mine was Riser. No. No, yeah, It Gets Better.
They say it gets better. I don't see no change in the rainy weather. Maybe I just heard wrong altogether. Read a book, call a friend, hit a day, try again.
We talked about this one on the
breakup.
Yeah, the breakup
one, because this one is like, it's supposed to be uplifting, but at the same time it's so not uplifting,
because it takes you directly to that emotion.
Yeah, where everyone's saying, no, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, and he's like, well, I'm doing all this, why is it not
exactly where he says, they say it gets better, I'm waiting for the magic to happen. And it's like, basically he's just like, well, where's it at? Like, I'm doing what I can to try to get by, and it's not better yet. They keep saying it's going to get better, but it's not there yet.
Yeah, and it's every person, if you've ever dated anyone and broken up, have felt that feeling of.
And neither of us have ever been in that situation.
No, never.
If you ever listen to this podcast,
I've never mentioned my girlfriend / ex-girlfriend. But no, yeah, that it's just that terrible feeling of like, and even in your mind saying like, I know it's going to get better, but why isn't it?
Yeah.
Why does it suck
so
much right now?
And it's because it also has that effect of when you're in that spot. A lot of times when people are telling you, time heals all wounds and it's going to get better, like sometimes you're just like, just fuck off. Everything sucks right now.
Yeah.
Like, quit telling me that it's supposed to get better. I know that it'll get there someday, but like right now, it's not.
and you know it's going to, but at the same time in your mind you're like, there's no way it's going to get better from right here because it sucks so badly.
I don't really believe you.
Yeah, like, no, there's no way this is going to get bad. Either she's coming back to me or I'm going to die. There's one of the two options. And
Yeah,
it's not
because
gonna get
He
better.
Stopped Loving Her Today is a song, and that dude died. So
Literally died. That's when he stopped loving her. But yeah, that song is so fucking good. Yeah, I think it was on my top breakup list, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
because I don't think it was on the like the moving on list because I think one of us had it on.
I
one,
think
one of us
I think I
other.
had it on because of the timing that we did it.
Yeah,
it was on my moving on, and it was on your breakup because of the current situation at that moment in terms of relationships for the both of us.
I'm gonna scroll down and try and find it really quick because this has bothered me. Let's see, breakup songs. Yeah, I had it on breakup songs at number 6. It gets better, and then moving on. No, you didn't have it on moving
didn't.
on.
What song
it
did
was
I have?
It was She Got the Best of Me that I had on breakup. You had
yeah.
on moving on.
Yep,
That's
right.
right.
Well, I should have had it on there because it's great.
But yeah, that one, I love this song so much.
Yeah.
Like, this is one that I have a heartbreak playlist, a heartbreak country playlist on Spotify, and this one's on it, which I listen to a lot. It's even though it's about really depressing songs, it's also just calm songs that you listen to if you're just relaxing.
Yeah, and I love doing listening to these kind of songs. Again, not to bum myself out in the middle of the afternoon, but like I've said many times, if I'm sitting, I work in, an office and I'm just on the computer typing shit away, I don't want some crazy banger party song because I'm just going to be like, you know what? All I'm doing here is fucking around with the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
That song just bugs me. If you listen to a slower song, granted, I'm not trying to bum myself out, but it's still better to listen to.
It's just easy listening.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's also on my heartfelt country playlist, which has $156.
I will fucking kill you.
That's a good playlist. Everyone should listen to it. It has like 1,500 songs on it now.
It keeps
it's
growing.
Incredibly long. This is
is
also what she said.
Alive.
But yeah, so those are our favorite Travis Meadows. Like, yeah, if everyone has probably heard a song by him.
Yep.
That was written by him. If you're a fan of country music, we didn't even go through all of them. Like, the list is pretty freaking long. I just remembered when they were interviewing Travis Meadows about his new album. He was like pointed to his driveway and he had like a Ford Escape. He goes, "Yeah, what we ain't got bought me that."
That's awesome.
And it makes me want to be a songwriter because I want money.
He seems awesome too because I saw on Twitter and Instagram he sent out a picture the other day of him in the full Thunder Buddies suit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of ours that he's like so under the radar. I'm pretty sure even his like
I think his Twitter
bio
is like flying comfortably under the radar or something like that.
Yeah, it's something because he's just so under the radar, but he's so impactful on country music at the same time though.
Yeah, he's great. If you haven't, if you're listening to this because you listen to us just out of choice, thank you. But
thank you very much.
Go out and my recommendation would be listen to all of Killin' Uncle Buzzy because it's fantastic, and then check out the new album and the one in between that I can't remember what it's called, but I know the album cover's got a kid on a horse. And the first time I saw the picture of that album cover, I thought it was a little Nazi kid on a horse, and I was very confused.
It's called. It actually does.
Right?
It's called Old Ghosts and Unfinished Business.
Yeah, and that's two of the songs that are on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a little Nazi kid on a horse. I was very confused.
It does. Oh, but speaking of album cover, you need to do another album cover list.
I'm gonna
because
do that
Killin'
soon.
Uncle Buzzy needs to be on that.
Yes, I'm gonna do so.
Yeah. So
spoiler alert for
if
the
you-
website sometime soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
on our
put out
website, Kevin
version 2.
started a thing that, even though he's only done it once, is he's going to do
Still
like a
started a
series
thing.
of just awesome album artwork. Because your first one had Shane Smith and the Saints, Geronimo.
It was Grady Spencer in the Works. I don't know what that album's called, but the one with the 2 lion heads.
Yeah.
And then I did Cody Jinks. I'm Not the Devil.
Oh yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the gist was I really like it when album art isn't just the
Their
artist.
face.
Well, yeah, like just the artist standing next to a truck or
Yeah.
standing next to some random country thing.
Like, look at me sitting on my porch with my
looking
guitar.
all country-like. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it, because you want the brand recognition of your face, but at the same time, I feel like when you have an album and the art isn't you, it makes the songs speak for themselves so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Travis Meadows, awesome. Listen to him. Do it.
Do it now.
Buy his music. See him in concert if he tours that much. I don't know.
We would also like to see him in concert.
Yes.
So if you could come to Iowa,
Yes.
that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
We'll settle for Chicago.
Albums coming out this week. Apparently Blake Shelton has a new album, which I won't be listening. Well, I will listen to it.
You
so
will be.
I have to.
And then you'll tell me whether or not I should listen to it. Spoilers, probably not.
Well, from what I heard, the songs are country from like the 2 that I've heard bits of,
But
they're just bad. Like his first song he released is called I'll Name the Dogs, I think, and it's like about getting married. It's like, you name the kids, I'll name the dogs or something.
Who takes that trade?
Like, it was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard, and I was like, this song's terrible. And then the other one, I don't remember what it's called, but it sounded like a country song, just not a very good one. Also, in another shit album I'm gonna have to listen to, but it's gonna suck, is Kelsey Ballerini, Unapologetically. It's not even a country album, I bet. It's just a piece of shit pop album. Lee Bryce's,
Tell me how you really feel.
Lee Bryce's self-titled album. I will check that one out because despite us not liking him live, I think all 3 of his CDs are really good. Or 2 CDs? 3 CDs. Yeah. I think they're
don't
all...
know.
He had the one that had Love Like Crazy, Hard to Love, and then the one that had Panama City and I Don't Dance. Or it was called I Don't Dance. That was the 3rd one. Yeah, so this is his 4th one, is self-titled, which I liked the song Boy. I haven't heard any other ones from it, but I will check that out because I do like Lee Bryce's music for the most part.
That is my official stance.
And then lastly but not leastly, an album I have heard a lot and I'm super excited about, and Lauren, I'm not going to send it to you. Drew Kennedy at Home in the Big Lonesome. It's phenomenal. It's so good. I'm going to have a review up hopefully by the time this goes up, but I don't know. I'm bad at my job, even though it's not a job. So
we haven't got paid yet.
yeah,
so.
we've literally never gotten paid for any of this. So Lisa Mattresses, please sponsor us. I tagged them
Or anything else.
I tagged them on Instagram, and I was just like, "We're not sponsored from this," but I tagged them in it, and they liked it. I was like, "Give me money." But yeah, so that album comes out Friday. It's good. Definitely look out for that one.
Do it.
That's all I have. There's going to be more because, as I said, every Friday I go onto Spotify and iTunes and just look at what's been released, and I listen to pretty much everything I can to see if it's any good, and then I post it.
Woo.
And for as many awesome artists as I found each and every week, I find just as many wannabe pop artists who just post this same shitty sounding pop crap.
And then they
just
don't know why they don't get ahead.
Yeah, it's like you don't realize the people who are getting famous off this shit made their way through by actually pretending to be country artists. They didn't just put out shit pop and then they get picked up. So
Except for Sam Hunt.
well, he was a writer for a little bit, but
Except for Sam Hunt.
yeah, whatever. Kevin, what we doing? What we listen to? What's happening? What's going on?
Well, I know I put another song from Kendall Marvel's album onto my picks playlist because
Yes.
I am still
That
very
album
much,
is awesome.
yeah, very much obsessed with that. Let me just quick open that to see what else.
You got a couple bands I hadn't heard before.
Really? Go me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the stuff that I put on there. I put a Frank Turner song on there. He is not country. He doesn't try to be country. He's an English rocker. But I really like him a lot, so I put it on there. I also put to just because I realize when I make this playlist, a lot of times I put a lot of bands that are not very well known. So if someone was listening to, say, our Chris Young episode or some shit like that, they could go to the playlist and be like, I don't know any of these fucking people. So what I did this
The
week,
Luke Combs episode, which is still the most listened to episode by far.
and so like this week I put a Brett Eldridge song on it.
His one of like 3 good ones.
Exactly, because the song Raymond is tremendous, well written, well sang, well everything. And if you listen to modern Brett Eldridge, you'd have no idea this song even exists. So here you go, world.
My personal favorite off of your list is B.J. Barham's Unfortunate Kind.
Such a good song.
That song is just depressing as fuck, but it's so good.
Oh, yeah. I also put Buffalo Gospel on there. They're a smaller band, but they're going to be in the village of Davenport sometime soon-ish. I can't remember when that festival deal is.
I can DD my way there for you.
But yeah, I would like to go there. Jay showed me them.
Nice, yeah. That one was really good, too. I do like it. The song I've been obsessed with, I wrote an article on it yesterday, is the song Diane by Cam. I love that song. I love that song so much. People are like, oh, it's too over, like, computerized or whatever. I'm like, no, this is her most country song since Burning House. Like, I think this song is really good. I don't know what people's complaint about it is. I fucking love that song.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I mean this in no negative connotation whatsoever. I'm not as obsessed with it as you are, but I still think it's very good.
Yeah, and as I said in the article, you should read it, countryhodgepodge.com. I don't know what genre Cam is, because she has like some country songs.
There's no such thing as genres anymore.
Yeah, and then she has like kind of poppy songs, but they're still good. Yeah. I really like her song Mayday, even though it's like
I really like
country at all.
I really like Mayday. I really like Village.
Village is country, even though it has a little bit of computerization to it. Burning House is just a great acoustic song, I love that song, even though I don't know what it's about.
It's about a burning house, bro.
Burning house, bro. But yeah, so I really like that song. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
All right. Well, you can find us, as I said, countryhodgepodge.com. We try and put up articles at least once a day. We fail a lot.
Often.
Because as 2 full-time working adults, it's hard for us to run a site and a podcast and our... never mind. I was going to make a really bad joke, and I decided against it. No, like bad as in...
I'm going to boo you anyway.
If we were famous, we'd get kicked off the internet. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Country Hodgepodge. The Spotify playlists, Hodgepodgecast Picks. I think I've updated it from last week's episode. If not, I'll try and do that. I update every week. After the podcast goes up, I put the songs we talk about on it so you can hear the songs that we talk about, even though we did start about 5 or 10 episodes ago. We started putting in clips of each song until we get a cease and desist and aren't allowed to do it anymore.
Hasn't come yet.
Yep, we're done. And Jamie Lynn Wilson listened to the episode that had one of her songs in it. She didn't say anything, so
we take that as an endorsement.
Yep, we love Jamie Lynn Wilson. We're going to do an episode about her soon.
Damn right.
But yeah, so Hodgepodgecast Picks, you can find that. Also on the website, you can find it through it or through Kevin's username, Donkey Factory. Stupid name.
Great name.
Kevin's Picks of the Week is what it's called. Like we said, that's 10 songs he puts up every week of songs you should be listening to, country or not. They're mostly always country, though. Occasionally 1 or 2's not. But if you want to buy our dumb shirts, I know Kevin's getting a Sam Hunt Sucks shirt. We've sold a couple Americana ones that have Isbell, Moreland, Stapleton, and Simpson written on it. And I got the America Fuck Yeah tank. You can also buy stickers or laptop cases or koozies or beer mugs.
There's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff you can buy it on. It's on tpublic.com. Just search Country Hodgepodge, or you can find it through the link on our site.
Yep.
My Facebook and Twitter are Steve Hodge Music. Kevin's Twitter is at Charchford. His Instagram, now that he has one, is at CHP_Church.
Damn
I
right.
believe. Yeah. Please, if you enjoyed the podcast, rate and review it on iTunes. That'll help us be heard by more people.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's it for this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about Sam Hunt. So, until next week, I'm Steve Hodge. As always, joined by Kevin Hodge saying goodbye, good night, and good Charlotte.